Nina Turner's election is now in 2 weeks, basically.
Yep.
At this moment, we have the progressive caucus, if you want to call it progressive, that endorsed Shontel Brown, her corporatist opponent, that thanks to the PAC for Israel during the special election that we covered on the ground there. That's why she got elected. Super PACs flooded her campaign. Yeah, Turner made a couple mistakes, but dead of summer election, first week of August, there was a flood of money that came in the last minute against Turner. There were billboards all around Cleveland with Nina Turner's bowl of shit comment.
That's right.
And ads all over Cleveland with the same thing. But there was an interview that Shontel Brown and Nina Turner did with the Cleveland Plain Dealer, which is Cleveland's biggest newspaper, and just audio. I don't think there was video. And I listened to most of it, which, it was standard. It was two candidates giving their answers, to help inform the newspaper on who to endorse. The Cleveland Plain Dealer endorsed Nina Turner last time, and they just yesterday endorsed her again over the now congresswoman, Shontel Brown. So the Cleveland Plain Dealer, unlike the fake progressive committee, the progressive caucus, yes, they endorsed the challenger, not the phony progressive Shontel Brown. But these interviews, which I don't know if you've heard yet, are pretty striking because Shontel Brown, I don't think it's dramatic to say, had a meltdown. And it was wonderful to hear. There's two clips. Let's start with the first one. Again, this is Nina Turner, Shontel Brown in the Cleveland Plain Dealer endorsement interview.
It's an appearance of impropriety. The seat, I believe that my competitor should have resigned from that position right away, period. There's lit piece out now, and she's at the top of that piece as the Cuyahoga County chairwoman, but she's also the current person that's holding the office for the 11th Congressional District. It really makes no sense. It is unfair. And I would say that whether I was in this race or not, I felt that way when there were 13 candidates in the race. It's called integrity. So she should have stepped down from that position. It is an unfair advantage, period. And even beyond that, the service to the people who are running right now, the people who are on the ballot right now are not getting the services that they deserve other than this little piece that just came out. So what is happening? We have a statewide election right now. And in order for Democrats to have even a chance of winning any of those races, we know that we need Cuyahoga County to overperform. That does not even look like it's going to happen right now. Cuyahoga County is not going to overperform in this race, putting in peril the ability of Democrats to be able to win statewide offices. So it is called integrity. She should relinquish the seat. She should have done it a long time ago. She especially should do it right now so that other people can concentrate their efforts on getting other Democrats elected. This is the same lack of integrity that causes my opponent to say that she brought in $7 million worth of projects when we know that it wasn't her Brown, it was Senator Sherrod Brown, and that was highlighted by this very newspaper. It is the same lack of integrity that has my opponent under ethics investigation right now, and I think that this board, I'm not going to allow is lie. Excuse me, I didn't jump in on you. I think that this board and the people who live in this district have a right to know whether or not that ethics investigation is still going on. It's called integrity.
Yes, it was never an ethics investigation. That was an outright lie. I walk around freely and proudly because that was a desperate attempt to smear my good reputation, one that I am very well known for having integrity. There was no conflict, so there was no need for me to step down. And let's be clear, the Cuyahoga County Democratic Party under my leadership has outperformed every county in this state. Despite not being the most populous county, we deliver the most votes from the precinct to the presidency under my leadership. I have outraised my predecessors. So as I was working as a Cuyahoga County Democratic Party chair in some of the most strenuous conditions with some of the most egregious and offensive voter suppression efforts, we still performed well. And so I have not done anything that I haven't done in the past, which is work hard for other candidates. Now that I understand the responsibilities and the weight of this congressional seat, I have done what I know to do, which is to say, look, I am not in a position to be able to do both jobs well, but it would make no sense to step down when there's an election within 30 days.
There's more where the meltdown happens. This is kind of the beginning of the meltdown,
Yeah.
but what Nina Turner was talking about is Shontel Brown, when she was running against Nina Turner in August. She was the chairwoman of the Cuyahoga County Democrats. Cuyahoga County is the Cleveland area. I don't know about you. I think it's kind of a conflict of interest. If you're the party boss of where the election is being held, you kind of have a lot of influence on the Democratic machinery, getting endorsements for your congressional race. And now you're a sitting congresswoman, but you're still the chairwoman of the local county Democrats, again, facing re-election. Your thoughts?
And she was also under investigation for ethics violations. So it's strange to me that she flat out denied that. And I do agree.
Let me just show the audience, Colin, if you have the Newsweek article. Yeah. Hillary Clinton endorsed candidate Shontel Brown faces potential ethics probe. With a week to go before the special primary election for Ohio's 11th congressional district, Democratic candidate Shontel Brown may be in hot water. In April, The Intercept reported that Brown, a Cuyahoga County council member, had voted to award millions worth of contracts to companies connected to her romantic partner and campaign donors. Emails reviewed by the Daily Poster show that the Ohio State's Auditor Office reviewed the allegations in the article and recently referred the matter to the State Ethics Commission. So Shontel Brown seems to be lying in that clip.
Yeah, she's absolutely lying. She was under investigation. So I thought it's strange that she didn't, in the very least, say, yes, I was under investigation, but it wasn't true, and defended herself. She's just saying it didn't happen. So I found that to be a little bit problematic. And yeah, she needs to step down as the party boss. That is absolutely a conflict of interest of epic proportions. She has control over, the delegates, what decisions the party makes as far as bylaws and all kinds of things. So it's a very rigged position for her to be in while running for office. Absolutely.
So this part is the real exciting part. It's coming up, and she loses. She pretty much loses her shit. And I like kind of this attack dog style of Nina Turner. I don't know if there's going to be a debate. The primary's in 2 weeks, but Nina Turner, I believe, is on TV with ads pointing these things out as well. Let's play the rest of it, Colin.
We're going to talk about facts. The fact is we've delivered more votes than any other state in this county. And the fact is I've never been under investigation. And it saddens me that you would put something out there like that. It just speaks to the desperation of your candidacy, because there is no truth to that. None whatsoever. And if there was any truth to it, I certainly believe that it would be more than you that would have this information and be telling it like it's fact. So it's not a fact. And I'm saddened that you would do this.
If you want to talk about desperation, I'm not making this up. The Ethics Commission, there was something filed against you on ethics violations.
Anybody can file something, but that does not make it justifiable. So please don't play word games. Let's not do semantics here, because we can present documentation from. We can present information from the.
We can't really understand either of you when you're speaking over each other.
I did not jump in on you. I did not jump in on you. I listened to everything that you had to say. So if you want to talk about desperation, it is the same desperation last year that prompted Republicans to jump into this race. It's the same desperation that had Trump Republicans making donations to your campaign. That's desperation.
Don't you play word games?
I know, right?
Don't you play word games? Wow.
She really is a consummate politician, isn't she?
Whew. That was something. I would love to see a debate, because obviously she's got a thin skin. Somebody that really basically, if there was no smoke, I don't think she'd be triggered that way. She apparently did some other corrupt things as the Cuyahoga County board chair. And keep those super chats coming. We'll read them at the end. I really appreciate it. But what really stood out to me is she says, let's deal in facts.
Yeah.
Colin, if you could show, this was from Ryan Grimm in July of last year.
Yeah.
Here is the new Democratic Majority for Israel PAC mailer. So this was going out to voters. They were supporting Shontel Brown, giving her millions of dollars, painting Nina Turner as an anti-Semite for the crime of simply saying Palestinian human rights matter. And they sent out a mailer suggesting that Nina Turner is against raising the minimum wage and universal health care. If you could show that. And again, this was Shontel Brown's Super PAC. It still is. I just looked earlier. They're still giving her $2,900 a pop. So they basically framed it that on the 2020 DNC, platform vote, that Nina Turner voted against raising the minimum wage, against universal health care, and against immigration reform.
It's laughable.
And they quoted her, "I'm voting hell no" on the DNC platform. Now, literally, Nina Turner at the 2020 Democratic platform meeting or vote basically said, "Nah, we need more. We need more than a $15 minimum wage.
Right.
We need whatever was the mealy mouth thing they said in the platform. It wasn't Medicare for all." She said, "I'm not voting for anything other than Medicare for all." And unfortunately, most of the media was covering it because it was August. There were no other elections, and they certainly didn't want Nina Turner in Congress. They didn't call her out. It was mostly independent media calling it out. And in the beginning of August, the dead of summer, nonstop Super PAC ads against Nina Turner. Not that her campaign did everything right; they did not, but pretty influential because most people don't have a photographic memory of all of the candidates' positions. So this woman is so full of shit.
She's full of shit.
And you want to deal in facts when you're sending out this junk. But what are your thoughts on that? Her saying she deals in facts when clearly
facts. That's just a straight up lie. This isn't even, I can't even make the case that it's being disingenuous. It's straight up a lie. Everybody knows that Nina Turner supports raising the minimum wage, supports Medicare for all. So, and I think, what was it, like over $2 million that they dumped into this campaign at the last minute?
Right.
I'm trying to look it up now, but I think it was 2 million. But point being is you're right. They don't want any Democrats in office that have give any credence to Palestinian rights whatsoever. And it's really problematic.
Right. And by the way, for people that don't know, the intricacies of what the results were, Nina Turner won the city of Cleveland. She won 5 out of 9 of the majority black wards. Cleveland's districts are wards. So she won 5 out of 9. I believe 2 or 3 that she lost by less than 2 points.
Yeah, it was close.
So she won the city of Cleveland. She won black voters. She got crushed in the white suburbs that have a lot of Jewish people in Cleveland. I'm a Jew, love my Jewish brethren, but these are wealthy folk who are very pro-Israel, and they were getting bombarded with ads and billboards, basically painting Nina Turner as anti-Semitic.
It's so up.
This is also what they've done to Ilhan Omar and others. So, I don't know. I'm not predicting it. Status Coup will be there in Cleveland. We'll be on the ground because we cover these races. I also wanted to point out, getting back to the progressive caucus, endorsing Shontel Brown. I just tweeted this over the weekend because it's just unbelievable to me. Pramila Jayapal had tweeted, "Hurricanes and wildfires are getting stronger. Droughts are getting longer. Sea levels are rising. Things are getting worse. We need bold climate action now." I just tweeted, "Good thing you endorsed Shontel Brown, a corporatist currently bankrolled by an oil mogul over Nina Turner." And I don't want to hear from the people, "Well, Jordan, the Congressional Progressive Caucus has a rule that you must endorse incumbents." Okay, well, the caucus
they should get rid of that rule if that's the case. That's ridiculous.
Tina, couldn't they have just we are endorsing the candidate through based on our rules, but I, the chairwoman, Pramila Jayapal, and AOC, and Rashida Tlaib, and Ilhan Omar, and Ro Khanna, and all these people who, again, the election's in 2 weeks, Tina, none of them have endorsed Nina Turner.
It's tragic. Here's the other thing, but this also, sort of ties back in with the idea that she's the Democratic Party boss there. So they do have, internal rules that they follow inside the Democratic Party. Obviously, inside the caucuses, they do as well. And in fact, California, for example, has been fighting the progressives in this state. And I know it's probably true in Ohio and other states as well, which is why I'm bringing it up. But they've been fighting this automatic endorsement thing for a long time now, because it does actually matter a lot of the time. If you have people that come into a ballot room and they're going to cast their vote, and they want to vote straight party line because they haven't paid attention to candidates, they haven't paid attention to, maybe some of the propositions or whatever. So I'm a Democrat, I'm just going to vote Democrat all the way down the line. And if it's a primary, they'll say, well, I'm going to vote for whoever the party is endorsing. That must be the best choice. They endorsed them, right? So they're not really doing any research into these candidates. They're just going with that. This is what the party line is. It must be right. And I think it's really problematic because, again, you're losing good candidates on the wayside. It's putting influence and it's usually against progressives, not the corporatists or the incumbents. Those are the ones that benefit. And it happens time and time again. And I just think what the Progressive Caucus did here is really tragic. They know that Brown isn't a progressive. They know that. And
Tina, Brown joined the Progressive Caucus one day before Nina Turner announced she was running again. She strategically joined the Progressive Caucus a day before Nina Turner announced, which Shontel Brown knew she was going to.
Don't you sort of find that to be, maybe I'm just cynical, but don't you find that to be a little fishy? Like, in my mind, there could have been some backroom conversations in which it was told to her, listen, we have to endorse, because of our party rules, we have to endorse whoever the sitting incumbent is, so that's you. So you should join the caucus and then you'll get our endorsement. It wouldn't shock me if that happened.
Yeah, it's beyond a little fishy. It's a fire alarm. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in to Status Coup's daily live stream Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern time and Fridays at 4 o'clock Eastern time.